Felt good. We did a lot of good things on the defensive end. We had a lot of mistakes as well, but very correctable. Did a decent job as far as guarding them without fouling. I mean, but we allowed them to get 44 free throws, so we got to do a much better job of playing defense without fouling. Offensive rebounds, they had 13. We got to do a little bit better job in that department, but they shoot 39% for the game. So field goal percentage-wise, I thought defensively we did some good things.
You said before the game that Kobe looked great in practice. It looked like he had that same level today in this game. How would you break that down?
He said he felt great. He looked good. I thought, again, trying to keep him to that 20-minute mark, which I was able to do. Second half, I thought even more so he looked better during that third quarter, and we were able to get a nice little cushion, with that first unit in there. So very pleased with the way he played.
What impressed you about him most?
Well, I mean, he just looked like Kobe. The way he was moving, the way he was able to do that patented fall away and take advantage of his length and his size against some of the guys that they had on him. He just looked like Kobe.
Byron, that screen roll with Lynn and Davis was kind of do whatever it wanted, Lynn and 10 assists, Davis and whatever. How do you try to figure out now those guys working in with the rest of the starters and mixing around with your position?
Well, I'll figure it out. I mean, it's not going to be that hard, to be honest with you. I thought both of those guys played really well. Jeremy didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but, I mean, he did a great job of orchestrating the offense, and Ed does a great job of setting screens and rolling to the basket. So he was rewarded for it tonight, and, we hopefully he can continue to get better at it.
Training camp is obviously the first game, but how far away are the guys from what you want defensively?
We're still a way away. We're still not on the string. We still have some confusion at times. I think, the first group we had out there obviously was better, obviously because of experience. They understand what to do. The second unit, those guys, Julius and Jordan, they got to catch up a little bit, but I'm not real worried. Those guys are workers. We'll continue to work on that aspect of the game, and we'll get better at it. I thought he did good. The one thing I told him at the end is you got to learn to play harder longer. But I think in spurts he was really fantastic on both ends of the floor. But he has to do it all, on a consistent basis all the time.
Byron, any concern when you see Kobe go flying in the first row like there in the first quarter? He throw back that ball in the stands?
Not really. I wasn't cringing if that's what you mean. I mean, like I said, he's healthy. So I feel real good about that. I thought Steve looked good. And I hope he can. Only time will tell.
Byron, with Kobe operating a lot in posts and the elbows like you've talked about in training camp, how do you think that maximizes his skills?
Well, I think it keeps him fresher. He's not running all over the place. He's not running from, the hash mark all the way down to the baseline. He's in a pretty nice confined area that we feel he can really work and do damage, and I think he feels that way as well. So, the one thing he said tonight is he felt fantastic, didn't feel tired whatsoever. So training camp obviously it worked, basically.
Byron, Kobe echoed that in the walk-up interview. He said that everybody was in great shape.
Mm-hmm.
Was that basically the whole goal of just getting guys to get into that shape?
Well, that and to say, relatively healthy, to get out of training camp with not any major injuries. I mean, obviously with Nick, going down, that hurts us a little bit. But, the main goal is make sure we're in mid-season form shape-wise, conditioning-wise, and hopefully without any injuries.
Clarkson check-in for Kobe that first quarter, and Clarkson had a decent game. What was your assessment of his performance?
Not bad. I think he took some ill-advised shots, a couple of quick shots, so we got to do a better job of understanding what's a good shot and what's not. But for his first game, I thought on the defensive end he did a decent job as well. But I was happy with it.
Without Nick there, were you content with your bench's production overall?
It wasn't bad. I mean, a lot of this I'm going to have to look at the tape tonight and kind of reevaluate it. And, I'll pick out some of the clips and show the guys in a couple of days. But just from standing there and kind of watching and just going over with my, through my head, again, we still have a lot of things we need to work on both ends of the floor.
What's priority number one tomorrow?
Getting guys to that nail, take away middle penetration. And then obviously playing good defense without fouling.
What's scary for you about last season?
A little tendonitis, basically. So if that's the case, it's just going to be a little sore. They're going to have to do treatment on it, but it's nothing that can stop him, that really can stop him from playing.
Beyond his play, what did you see out of that small forward position as far as guys who may have emerged?
You know what? I like what I saw from Wesley, especially on the defensive end. So I got to get him a little bit more involved offensively, but defensively I like what I saw.
I know Gary will take a look at him tomorrow, but do you expect to be able to practice? At least this one, he seems like he's okay.
Well, I mean, if he is, probably limited. You know, I don't think we're going to do a whole hell of a lot tomorrow, to be honest with you. We'll go probably, you know, pretty hard on Wednesday and then get ready for Thursday.